This week's booking is a 70 plate, or 70 reg 320 BMW. Now, this, when it first came in, was pretty much immaculate. We knew it needed a little bit of work. It had a few little swirls, some light marks, some very small defects, nothing major. But we did know it needed a little bit of work. Now, this is a really kind of good example of why ceramic is such a good option on dark cars. Now, this is a black car, and as you can see, I can't see what my hand is, but you can see here, without even getting into loads of focus, it's now full of swirl marks and wash marks, and it's a lot of marring in it. The bonnet is really bad, the bumpers are quite horrendous. They don't look deep, which is a good thing, we'll soon find out. But this is the reason why ceramic is such a strong thing to be going for, and it's purely because on a dark car it's very easy to mark. When you wash it, even if you wash it correctly, there's not a lot of protection on there, and the paint is ridiculously soft. So this shows you as an example what's happened now. The customer who owns this car, we know he's quite into his cars, he's bought a lot of products off us in the past, so he clearly wants to wash it correctly and he's enthusiastic, and even so, it's got so many marks in it from when it was new. And as I say, this is just an example of why ceramic is a good thing to have if it's done correctly, if it's done with multiple layers and it's baked. So as you'll see when we go through the video of this later on, you'll see the difference between the panels that we get, and you'll see how much we can actually toughen the paint up and improve the paint from what it currently is. There is basically put a spotlight on just so you can actually see in a little bit more detail. These kind of mimic what a lot of detailers use as stand-up lights and actual detailing lights. These are a mobile thing that we've been selling for a long time, and they're a hell of a lot cheaper than what people expect or from other companies. So if you are into detailing or valeting or just as a hobbyist, these are a great value kit, and they start from as little as 30 quid with us, not 300 quid. They are super bright. They're also a battery charger for your phone, so it's good if you're mobile. But I'm going to show you a little bit more, just some little clips again, just to kind of show you how much of an improvement we've got from the paint, from what now the panels that we haven't even touched yet. So we're near completion now with the actual detailing side of things. We are a little bit delayed on this one for one main reason, and that's the wheel that we've mentioned obviously on the previous part of this video that got damaged, and we needed to remove the locking wheel nut because a company actually damaged the locking wheel nut as well. So Lockwood Precision Engineering in Wakefield, who we've sent all of our customers to for years, have basically picked the wheel up. Dale himself, who works there, he's actually done that for us. It's not something they generally offer, but he's a customer of ours. He picked the wheel up for us on our behalf. We've had the car on the ramp. It has meant that I haven't been able to put the car fully down because the wheels aren't on. Just because of the way our ramp is, it does lock itself and we have to go all the way down to come back up. So we're a little bit delayed on that because I've not been able to work on the bonnet and the roof until today, till we got the wheel back. But the wheel looks incredible. You could literally mix them up. You wouldn't know the difference in the ones that haven't been refurbed and the one that has. Absolutely amazing job by those guys. So as I say, we're a bit delayed. It's now sort of 7 o'clock. I've got a bit of the roof to do and a few little swage lines, things like that, and then we're ready for the ceramic. Didn't actually realise what time it was, because as you can see on the cameras, it actually looks like daylight. They are that good. The lad that fitted them has done a hell of a job with the new camera system. It's literally daylight, but yet if you look outside it's absolutely pitch black. So I didn't even realise what time it was, and say it's about 7 o'clock now, so I'm going to get in trouble when I get home. But we're pretty much there with this, so we'll finish the roof today, get a few little bits done just around the pillars. We're just working on the pillars, as you can see now, to get them kind of finished, because they're always marked, and then we're on with the ceramic coatings. So we're not a million miles away now from finishing the paint on the BMW 3 Series, and it really is coming out with a lot of pop. It's a really nice, colourful paint. I've got to say though, I'm really surprised how soft this is. I didn't honestly expect it to be that soft. BMW as a rule, or German paint, does tend to be tougher than sort of the VAG German side of things, you know, like VW, Audi, Porsche. They tend to be quite soft. Black is horrendous as a rule. It looks amazing when it's done, same as reds, but they do mark easy. This really has marked quite terribly, and I can't remember when the customer came in. I think it might have only been about 3 months ago, to be fair. It could be 2 months. I've lost a bit of track of time with things, but it wasn't a long time ago when we quoted on the car, and it really wasn't that bad. Now, knowing it was black, I expected things to happen, I expected things to get worse, and I did expect obviously the paint to be in a worse condition, but not as marked as it is. I'm going to try and get some more videos of it. As I say, in our booth it's sometimes hard to get the kind of footage of the cars, because we have that many lights, and we tend to have a lot more lights on all the details. We don't just use the side lights, we don't just use the frame lights. We've got about 5 different sort of colour wattages, and they work amazing for us, because the fine things aren't always there, and it means we have to work a lot harder to get the best finish from it and get the results. When we put it in the collection bay, there's nothing on it, because they're just everyday detailing lights. This is kind of the next level, but the problem with that is it does reflect instantly from the car on the camera, so the camera lens can't always pick it up because of the reflection side of things. But I'm going to try and kind of show you some of the marks that are in it, because there's long grains of scratches, which is the wash sections, like where a bit of grit's been in the car when it's been washed. But the amount of swirls that are in the panels, and the back bumper's pretty bad, to be fair, which I didn't expect at the bottom. So I'm going to try and get some clips of those, you know, so you can actually see what we're working with. We did put a little bit of a clip up on Instagram on Monday, just of the wing, sort of a 50-50, so you can see the difference. But it's coming up really, really well, and it's going to look amazing. Once we get the coatings on it, that's going to toughen up the paint and reduce these, or even stop them from happening, depending how the customer keeps up with the car. If you wash it correctly with all the products, which obviously we're one of the few detailers that produce our own and sell a full range of accessories, we can sell you the full kit really to maintain your car safely. And we also offer the free wash guide, which any of you can get. Literally just go onto the online shop, search wash, or go onto accessories, and it's on there, and it's a free download, and it kind of tells you how to maintain your car, because washing a car is quite a big job. It's not always straightforward. On a non-protected car, it can be 2 to 3 hours to wash a car properly. On a protected car, you can reduce that to like 40 minutes sometimes. But it tells you the way to wash it correctly without having to worry or stress or kind of get things wrong, because one easy mistake and a bit of grit can obviously cause these problems. So let's get some pictures and videos anyway of these panels. So that's the coatings now finished. The BMW is pretty much ready to be handed back to the customer. All we're going to do now is we're going to seal the inside of the door shuts and the boot shuts, which is something we do as standard practice here, just because these areas that get dirt, water still does sit in those areas, and you know what, it does make them difficult to clean. But we've literally just finished the top coat, we've finished the glass. I'm going to give the car a valet on the inside free of charge, just a standard valet, but we do that completely free on every car regardless of condition, and we're going to rejuvenate the leather as standard. And as I say, I'm going to pop the doors open now, do all inside the door shuts, do inside the boot shut, and just make sure those little bits are done, and then we'll tie shine the tyres. Car's pretty much ready to go. Sam over there in the corners just basically starting on the ceramic on those wheels that we got in earlier. There'll be a bit of a separate blog and some photos on there, but they are some sick wheels that have just been arrived with us. The customer's picking them up in the morning. They just got delivered yesterday as a bit of an extra job, but Sam started on them just to save a bit of time, and then we're going to go and give him another top coat finish on those as well. But we'll have some pictures and videos of this at the end of this video. You'll be able to see what it looks like.